What's up, Jared over here? Today we have the weekly set of review of Friday Night SmackDown. This show was insane because they started it off with John Cena returning. He's returned to SmackDown, and also he kind of so Cena comes out right to the ring. The crowd is going crazy. He's got his new gear. He's got the new blue shirt with like the new logo. Well, still like have him, but it says "Never Give Up." A new version of it, new hat, and just a complete new outfit, which is awesome. And Cena starts saying how he's so thankful his fans and everything, and then he said, "This is gonna be like a one time, like one night every once in a while. This is gonna be several months of me being here every single night. I'm so happy that John Cena is back for full time for a while, and it's gonna be great. Cena is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's the person that got me, and he's the person that got me into wrestling. So I'm so hyped, so excited that Cena is back." But Cena started talking about how the show about talking about Payback and everything, and then he announced that he is the host of Payback, which I kind of figured he was gonna have a part of Payback to kind of like boost the show, and he'll probably have like a little like brawl or maybe a quick match. I'm assuming, because almost every host has that. But when Cena was talking, music hits. I'm like, who the hell is this? It's Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso like finally showed off his singles music, because we haven't seen him since the last time he came out to the Usos music. Now he came out to his singles music. It was a little interesting. He got in Cena's face and pretty much telling Cena, "Why the hell are you here? You're no different than Roman Reigns." And Cena ended up talking back to Jimmy, and he's like, "Man, I've been wanting to say this for 3 years now, and because I've been just thinking about it, the wrong Uso quit." And then Jimmy just made a weird face and then turned around to walk away, went for the super kick. Cena caught the super kick and grabbed him and then hit him with the attitude adjustment, and Jimmy rolled out of the ring, kind of running away. And then later backstage, Jimmy interrupted the girl from OC, I forgot her name, and then later AJ Styles got in his face. He was like, "Don't you disrespect her like that." And then Jimmy pushed AJ shoved Jimmy to the ground, and then out of nowhere Solo Sikoa attacked AJ Styles, which ended up setting up the main event, which was Solo Sikoa versus AJ Styles. We'll get into that later. But I gotta say, starting off the show was amazing with John Cena returning. After that was Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus Santo Escobar and Rey Mysterio. This match was pretty good, decent tag match going back and forth. There's a crazy move. Santo Escobar launched Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio did a crazy backflip onto Grayson Waller and Austin Theory that I set up here. But overall, it was decent. The ref was ended up Santo Escobar got thrown out of the ring, and then Austin Theory was like holding him down, and then Grayson Waller hit like a finisher, and then beating Rey Mysterio and Santo Escobar. And then at Payback is the rematch for Austin Theory to see if he can win back the United States title for Rey Mysterio. That's me, Austin Theory and Rey Mysterio, pretty much just setting up that. Overall, this match was not the greatest, but it wasn't bad. But it was pretty good just to set up the show tomorrow for Payback. Next up was Bailey versus Shotzi. Very boring match in my opinion. This is an easy match, just like go to the bathroom during the show. It's pretty boring. I think it ended up being like no, it wasn't a disqualification. I think Shotzi ended up winning because Bailey was distracted because Charlotte Flair showed up coming after Damage Control. But I could be wrong. Wasn't really paying attention because it was such a boring match. But that was that. Next up was The Miz came out pretty much saying how LA Knight's boring and he's going to squash him. And he's absolutely nothing compared to him. He's going to squash him at Payback. And that on Monday Night Raw, he just showed how useless he is because how easy he is to just mock how he did on Raw. He's like, that means he's absolutely nothing. And then LA Knight music hit. The crowd went absolutely bonkers. He comes out to the ring. He was like, talking smack to Miz back and forth. And then he started ripping on Miz. He's like, you didn't have to live in a house with cockroaches and everything and work your butt off over the years and years. You had opportunities. I never had opportunities. I had to work and work and work. And now I'm finally here, and I'm going to destroy you, Miz, at Payback. And they went back and forth pretty much in a promo. really good promo through both of them. There was a couple times. There was one time that like LA Knight forgot his word. He kind of just like was froze for like a second, but same thing with Miz, but it wasn't too bad. Going back and forth, and then it ended up LA Knight finishing the promo with like the yeah and everything, and then after that, Miz attacked LA Knight, hit him with the Stole Crushing finale, and then that just kept, the old like wrestling thing. Whoever goes over on this the show before the pay-per-view, will probably be the other person that wins. So that kind of just sets it up. I have a feeling for sure LA Knight's gonna win because the Miz beat up LA Knight, but then Miz was walking towards the stage and then LA Knight got up, went after, chased him down, got like a punch in, but then the rest held him back. I still think LA Knight's gonna win at Payback, but they had a pretty great segment in my opinion, and I cannot wait for this match at Payback. Next up was MVP, not MVP, oh my goodness. Bobby Lashley came out and introduced the Street Profits. The Street Profits came out in their nice suits and everything, looking all dressy and everything, looking great. And then they pretty much just thanked Bobby Lashley for all the help that he's given them and everything. And he's like, man, you guys don't need to thank me. And then he ended up going into talking about how that the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley are gonna take out everybody, and we're coming for all the gold on both shows. We're gonna dominate everybody and take all the gold, and pretty much just ripping. Not ripping, oh my goodness. Pretty much just stating that they kind of are now officially a faction, and they are coming for the gold, and they're gonna dominate the locker room on SmackDown. And he kind of hinted that they're gonna dominate just everything. So maybe they'll go after Raw, and that's and then they started walking to the stage, and that's when Kevin Owens' music hits, Sami Zayn's music hits, and they go face to face with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, kind of hinting I think the Street Profits are end up feuding with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the tag titles, and maybe dethroning them. Maybe Bobby Lashley ends up winning like United States title, maybe the World Heavyweight title or something. I got a feeling this is getting somewhere. That face-off meant more than just what actually happened, because then they just kind of like stepped out of the way and they're like, go ahead. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens walk to the ring, and then having a match against the LWO tag team guys. I always forget their names. Pretty good match going back and forth and everything. But obviously it was for the tag titles. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to win because they have their tag match at Payback, the street fight, the Steel City Street Fight in Pittsburgh against Damian Priest and Finn Balor. The tag match for SmackDown against LWO was pretty good. It was good for a show. I'm more excited about the actual match at Payback. But it was actually a pretty quick match. I thought it would be a little longer than it was, but it was more like a squash match pretty much. And then after that was the main event, Solo Sikoa versus AJ Styles. This was actually a really good match. I was not expecting this match at all until it actually happened on the show. But I think they're starting to set up like a storyline with the Bloodline and the OC, which I really liked, because AJ Styles is one of the only people that Roman has not fought for the title, so it's interesting. They had their match really good and everything. AJ Styles was about to win at the end, like pushed Solo Sikoa, went to go for the phenomenal forearm, but he got halfway up, and then out of nowhere Jimmy Uso takes out his foot. He crashes down. Solo Sikoa grabs Samoan Spike. 1, 2, 3. Jimmy runs in the ring, hugging Solo Sikoa, kind of showing like he's he's with them again, like the Bloodline, while Paul Heyman's on ringside. And then Solo Sikoa like freaked out that somebody was holding, went for the Samoan Spike, and Paul Heyman's screaming, no, Solo, don't hit him. And then Paul Heyman and Solo ended up walking the ring. Then Jimmy Uso hit a super kick on AJ Styles, and then he put the 1-up, kind of hinting that he wants back in the Bloodline. Really interesting. I don't know where they're going with this storyline. It's kind of crazy. He put the 1-up, so clearly he's not done with the Bloodline. I don't know. But this show, there wasn't too much on the show, really. But I honestly thought it was a great show. Definitely the best part for me was John Cena returning and announcing that he's going to be around for the next 2-3 months. He's going to be the host of Payback. It's just great to see John Cena back. And not just for like a couple times of the show, a couple of times a year. No, but he's back for another small run. Absolutely amazing. Overall, I thought the show was really good. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. and I'm excited, so excited for Payback, because one, the main event, Shinsuke versus Seth Rollins, they're going to absolutely do an amazing match. LA Knight versus The Miz is going to be really good. And John Cena is the host, which is absolutely fantastic. And the Steel City street fight, oh my goodness, that'll be crazy. But overall, thought this Friday Night SmackDown was great. This is Jared W. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more wrestling figure content. I'll see you guys in the next one.